Brock Lesnar defeated by Obafemi. And after the match, he kind of looks at the crowd, throws up the X, takes his gloves and boots off, and tells Paul Heyman essentially that's it. Throws up the X, as I just stated. And not necessarily confirmed, but it seems to be that Brock Lesnar is retiring or retired. And we know if it's not now, it will be at SummerSlam, because we talked about last week about the favor Gunther getting out of Paul Heyman being he wants Brock. Now, me personally, I think Brock's really done. If Brock won this match, then I could see Gunther asking for Brock. But I don't think Gunther's going to want Brock Lesnar off of a loss. This is just my opinion. It could change. But that's how I feel about it. Now, when it comes to Brock Lesnar might be one of the more controversial things we have to talk about. Well, first of all, you got to still give love. Brock, thank you. Thank you to Brock Lesnar. Now, as I said, Brock Lesnar, it's hard. First of all, it's hard to believe that this whole Brock Lesnar, Paul Heyman thing is 24 years old. I remember the night after WrestleMania 18 when Brock debuted with Paul Heyman. I remember where I was. And very controversial because he's only there for about 2 years originally, goes to the UFC, and then comes back. And the reason I say controversial is this. For modern fans, I would say fans that started watching around 1997, 1998, we never had part-timers. So the whole idea of having somebody come around once every few months or once for the big four, that was foreign to us. You know, we didn't have in the late 90s, mid to late 90s, we didn't have the wrestling show where we saw the champion once a month. No, we were deep in the Monday Night Wars where everybody was there every single week. And for Brock Lesnar, when he comes in, like he re-debuts the night after WrestleMania 28. And I remember where I was then. I was at the gym, and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe it. And immediately he's on Raw for the next few weeks, and then it's revealed that he pops up essentially for the bill for the big four. And that was a little off to me. You know, I was able to deal with it. Excuse me, at first, but as time went on, and in 2014, when he had that huge year when he ended the streak, and then when he became WWE champion, and then he had that hiatus where I believe he wasn't on TV from September to like January in 2014 because Orton and Cena fought for number one contendership at Hell in a Cell in 2014, and Brock wasn't nowhere around. And that match was for a shot at the Royal Rumble. So the champion not being on TV was foreign to anybody in my age. So that's where a lot of the hate came from. And then the fact that Vince viewed him as this big, huge draw, in my opinion, he was not that big of a draw. But he viewed him on this level. He's some big, huge draw, and we don't see this guy for months at a time. And it's just like, for me, I know Eric and Pash and the panel on this show, we were just like, look, just get the belt off this guy because it's hurting the product. It really is. And anytime whoever beat him, we would be so ecstatic because the title was actually going to be back on television on a weekly basis. It's different from when Roman Reigns did it, because when Roman Reigns did it, Roman Reigns was on TV consistently for X amount of years as a champion. And it's like, all right, you can take a break now. Because what haven't you done? There's so much that Brock hadn't done during his reign. And also to think that this second run in WWE, it's been 14 years. It's been 14 years since 2012. That's crazy. Now, he did put on some phenomenal performances. His matches with AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan, the first match with Roman, the other ones I don't even remember. And I was in attendance for WrestleMania 34, and that might be the worst one. He has done a lot of good for this company. He really has. He's gave us memories. He's given us matches. He's given us matches of the year. He's done a lot. And I'm just gonna leave it on a high note and say that's how I felt about Brock. Brock the athlete, Brock the wrestler, fantastic. And thank you, Brock Lesnar.